Welcome to the Charity Show Bites, your quick-fire dose of charity sector stories, insights, and a little bit of fun between our main episodes. I'm Tim Bainham.
And I'm Piers Townley. And today we're cracking into some of the UK's best Easter campaigns, from giant egg giveaways to knitted chick armies and one epic chocolate-based mix-up.
Yeah, that's right. We've rounded up a basket full of stories and a few puns along the way to make you smile and maybe spark some inspiration for your next seasonal fundraiser.
So grab yourself some mini eggs and let's get cracking.
Happy Easter, Piers. We're almost there. Easter holiday time. How are you feeling? You looking forward to it?
Yeah, need a break.
Excellent.
I like to say that. Excellent. Yeah, excellent. Plenty of yolks to come, I guess.
Dear.
I like to think that I haven't got a sweet tooth, but the other night I had a cheeky, completely white chocolate egg from a local supermarket.
Oh.
I didn't even know I was doing it, and I boshed it in one. It was guilty pleasure. So yeah, really looking forward to the break. Sun's out. It's going to be good.
Yeah, there's something about Easter egg chocolate, isn't there? It's better than all other chocolate. You can't help but just gorge.
It's got to be down to the physics. It's down to the egg shape. It must be. It must change the way it tastes. But I'm convinced.
Love a hot cross bun too. Love a hot cross bun. Okay. So this episode, we got a whole load of different. We sort of done a bit of research, looked into what's gone on over the course of Easter, various Easter campaigns and activities from various charities across the UK, and managed to find a few absolute crackers to get going. So we've got a little list. I'll kick off. And the first one you might remember, Piers, a little while back, not too long ago, back in 2017, when Cadbury and the National Trust ran an Easter egg hunt. But the National Trust forgot to mention it. Well, I don't know if they forgot what they deliberately did, but they didn't mention the word Easter in that campaign. And they rebranded it the Great British Egg Hunt. And it didn't go down all too well. It didn't go down very well at all. The Church of England waded in, had an opinion on it, and even the Prime Minister at the time, Theresa May, got involved, and she called it ridiculous, actually. So needless to say, after all that palaver, the word Easter made a swift comeback the following year, and the National Trust Easter egg hunt continued and still does continue. So I think it's an interesting one, a lesson for us all perhaps in the importance of messaging and not perhaps diverging too far away from tried and tested things from the past. But also, I mean, it is a bit of an institution, the National Trust egg hunt. My kids are a bit too old for it now, but I remember back in the day, it's a bit of a sort of Middle England institution. But did you take your kids there back in the day?
I think we were probably dragged there, to be honest, by my own folks way back in the time. But you're right, you don't mess with big institutions like this without some front pages ranting at you, I guess.
Yeah, true.
So me next, and meanwhile in Exeter, Hospice Care's annual Easter egg raffle became somewhat of a community tradition. Over the years, they supplied the eggs and posters, and local businesses, from cafes to offices, they all hosted their own raffles that were simple, effective, and raised thousands each year with very little overhead. This year, the charity is throwing its weight behind an extraordinary, more puns, but we won't yoke those, Easter Ultra Challenge, inviting participants to walk, jog, or run a distance of their choice, 10, 25, or 50 Ks, presumably in some sort of Easter fancy dress, we hope.
Yeah, well, there you go. You never know. Lots of chicks running around. The Easter chicks, that is, running around. You never know. Also, Piers, I must say, you do sound rough, mate. I'm sorry. You're not too well today, are you? For our listeners' sake, just so they're not adjusting their volume and wondering what's going on, you are suffering a bit today.
Oh, yeah, but I won't go on about it. I don't get any sympathy in this house. I don't expect anything from anywhere else, to be honest.
Fair enough. Okay, I've got our next one is the Great Orkney Egg Mix-Up. This one's a beauty. So last year, a shopkeeper in Orkney accidentally ordered 720 Easter eggs instead of 80. So I don't know how you can somehow do that, but anyway, he managed to do it. 720 instead of 80. And rather than sending them back, he turned the whole thing into a charity raffle, raising over £3,000 for the RNLI. And the first prize in this auction was 100 Easter eggs, which is not bad, really, considering the fact that the island on which it all took place, Sanday, only has a population of 494. So if you're one of those inhabitants, there's every chance you've got a pretty good chance of winning a massive pile of Easter eggs. So there you go, amazing stuff. And Nestle even because it obviously got quite a bit of press. Nestle even stepped in to match future donations up to £10,000. So what was a logistical disaster turned into a bit of a fundraising triumph up there at Orkney.
Excellent stuff. And yeah, the odds were definitely in their favour, the inhabitants of Orkney. Next up is Ferndown, and Little Lives UK gave away over 700 Easter eggs in 2025 to children living in poverty. Local businesses and residents donated hundreds of eggs, which were distributed through food banks and community hubs. And one of those direct, no-fuss campaigns just about hits the spot. So that was a fantastic little giveaway.
Yeah, I think I must admit, I have seen across various places. In my office, I work in a big office that's shared with lots of other businesses. We're having there is a sort of like collection box for our local food bank just for Easter eggs downstairs in the lobby, actually, which is really nice to see. Also, I think I noticed in our sort of Aldi supermarket, there's a big basket as well for people to donate eggs to the local food bank as well. So I think that's a really nice touch from businesses doing stuff like that. Next up, though, this is all about knitted chicks taking over Lincolnshire. So back in Lincolnshire, St Barnabas Hospice's knitted chicks campaign is pure gold. So it says here, and where I'm reading, volunteers in this campaign knit thousands of little chick cozies to go on top of Cadbury's cream eggs. And they're sold all over the county. In 2023 alone, they had over 200 stockists. Some knitters even got creative and do get creative with designing bunnies and bees and dinosaurs and all those kind of things that sit on top of Cadbury's cream eggs. So it's a charming, crafty way to make some serious money and a nice little touch, I think, for your Easter egg. Not just a little knitted
lovely
chicken.
little. Yeah, very creative, isn't it? There is actually the street just down the road from us has a knitted, or rather probably crocheted, topper for their post boxes. I think this is quite a craze anyway. And every sort of season, so at Christmas they have Christmas themed ones. So knitted chicks and knitted sheep have made an appearance in the last few days on the top of a post box near us. So I think that's cheered everyone up. Back over now to a smaller charity called Play to Give in Oxfordshire. Has been collecting Easter eggs for years, 1,300 eggs in 2024 alone, all for children in hospitals, care homes or tough family or financial situations. With collection points all over Didcot and help from schools and businesses, it's another brilliant example of grassroots giving.
Absolutely, a great example. Next up, we've got Whittaker's Chocolate Buckets for Good. So Whittaker's Chocolates teamed up with Beefy's Charity Foundation to create Easter gift buckets with all the proceeds going to 4 charities. Brain tumour support, diabetes research and children's causes all benefited just by giving chocolate a charitable twist. So there we go. Well done, Whittaker's Chocolate.
I love that phrase, a chocolate charitable twist. I think we should try and weave that in as much as we can do. Although I'm absolutely craving chocolate now. This is ridiculous. Few minutes of our time. And finally, ever seen a post box dressed like a chick? As we were just saying, yarn bombers in towns across the UK decorate trees, benches and lampposts with Easter knits to raise money for local hospices. Colourful, quirky, definitely Instagram worthy, and it's raised thousands over the years. And as I just mentioned, we've got one here in Fleet, so I think I might go out, take a photo of that and post that up on our channels. And maybe if you see some knocking around, then people who are listening could also send up some photos that are really creative, really easy, straightforward, and it just lifts everyone's spirits. So knitted lampposts, knitted, decorated street furniture, fantastic.
I think I know the one you mean. Is it near the vets? Down
it's just outside. Yeah, it's just up curd. It's really, really detailed. Yeah. I don't know how you do it. I don't know all of it. It's a proper little countryside scene.
Yeah, it is amazing. On a similar vein, I don't know if you went to it, but back in I think it was earlier in this year. I think it was around the actually, when was it? No, actually, beg your pardon. It was last November, I think. That's around Remembrance Day. That the knitted D-Day came to Aldershot, which is near us, and it's this incredible thing where they had basically the story of D-Day told in knitted characters. There's this huge number of different display cases with all these knitted scenes in, and again, it's all for charity now. It's on display in a local church. Went to have a look at it, and it must have taken hundreds of thousands of hours of people's time to create these intricate scenes out of wool. Amazing stuff. So the power of knitting for raising money for charity, Amazing. There's probably a whole episode in there somewhere, Piers. That's have to think.
Oh, the knitted crocheted fundraisers. We've got one for the Brain Tumor charity, Tom Daly. Tom Daly and his knitting needles is just, he's the man.
Excellent. Something very uniquely British about all of that, isn't it? Love it. So then, Piers, I know that this is all about Easter this episode, but I'm going to diverge away a little bit. And as it's April, I'm going to talk about April Fools. So actually, I've got to give a shout out to Firefighters Charity, because my team, the brilliant Danielle, posted a great April Fools. We suggested that we might be rolling out well-being cats to fire stations across the country. And I think it went down quite well. Had lots of responses. Not quite sure anybody actually fell for it, but there you go. Well-being cats was our April Fool, but we weren't the only charity to jump on it this year. And there was a cracking one, a really, really, really good one by the RSPB. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it was really funny. So they announced some groundbreaking research on April the 1st this year, that they had successfully managed to translate UK bird noises into human language. The charity really put some work into this, giving 18 examples, including a robin in Derbyshire saying, "Touch my hedge, go on, I dare you." Others included a Suffolk rook warning that the humans are watching, a St Albans swift saying landing is for pigeons, and a buzzard in Dartmoor crying "wee." Actually, birds was a bit of a theme on April Fool's Day this year, and the British Trust for Ornithology also managed to fool its followers by posting that they had managed to satellite tag Tom the Cuckoo, who it said had hitched a ride on a cruise ship. And also amongst people who were quoted in the article that it posted was a Mr. Otis from Reading, who spotted Tom apparently sitting on the dock of the bay. So anyway, there you go. Some great stuff. April Fools running side by side with Easter, but thought we had to give it a mention. So whether you're raffling eggs, knitting chicks, or turning a delivery disaster into a donation drive, there's no shortage of creativity in Easter fundraising.
And plenty of ideas here to borrow, remix, or steal with pride for next year.
If your charity has a brilliant Easter campaign, we want to hear about it too. So drop us a message on LinkedIn, Facebook, or wherever you get your seasonal updates.
And if you enjoyed this Charity Show Bites, give us a 5-star rating and follow the show. It really helps more people across the sector to find us.
We'll be back next week. Hopefully Piers will be back on form and back to full fitness. But we'll be back next week with a full-length episode of The Charity Show.
Go on, I'll let you do the last pun, Tim. You have to do the last pun.
Until then, happy Easter. I don't know, I can't believe I've done that. I'm disappointed in myself.
You've let the whole class down.